Josh Morrisey's left knee goes hard into the goalpost. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Dr. Stephen Wilson, and here on this channel, we analyze the science of sports injuries. So if that's the type of content that interests you, then please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. Tuesday night, the Jets are home to the Preds, and what we're looking at is the top right part of the screen here. We have Josh Morrisey and Mark Scheifele coming around the side of the net. Now, Scheifele is first. He's in the lead here. Morrisey is in behind him, and they get kind of tangled up here on the play. And what we want to watch is Morrisey's left leg as he then collides with the net. It gets a little blurry here. I realize that. Hang with me here, and in a second then we can see exactly what does happen to Morrisey's left leg. So in this position we can see Morrisey laying on the left side, on his left side on the ice. His left leg is going in and making contact with the goalpost. In this position, his left knee is fully extended. It's in what we would call even a closed packed position. It's in a very stable position, fully extended, fully straightened. And when the goalpost makes contact with the front or the anterior part of his knee, the goalpost almost acts like a bit of a fulcrum here, and his left leg then almost bends around the goalpost. So right here, his leg is fully straightened, it is extended, and here it is hyperextended. We can see the extra bit of motion, how his left foot is still traveling forward, but his left knee stops right up against the goalpost here. Again, we see full extension. Here we see a hyperextension. Full extension and then a hyperextension. In order to have your knee hyperextend like that, you're going to have to induce some laxity and a little bit of instability in the knee joint itself. Primarily, that is going to be through your PCL, or your posterior cruciate ligament, and your ACL, your anterior cruciate ligament. Those are the strong pieces of connective tissue, those little ropes, those ligaments inside your knee joint that prevent that motion of hyperextension. So in order to induce the hyperextension, you will have to create laxity and instability within those two joints. Now, with Morrisey laying on his side here, there's two pieces of good news to this replay here. Number one, when Morrisey does make contact with the goalpost, you can see his left foot here is pointing straight ahead. It's not pointing up, his toes are not up, his toes are not down. So when his foot is pointing straight ahead, it is less likely that there will be involvement of his lateral collateral ligament or his medial collateral ligament, because his foot is linear and pointing straight forward. That is a good thing. Therefore, it would only be the PCL or the ACL that would be involved here. The other positive indication from this replay is that the net itself never actually dislodges from its moorings. Therefore, the amount of impact of Morrisey's left leg going into the net would actually be quite minimal, because the net was not knocked off its supports. It remains as is, therefore less pressure going through the net, therefore less pressure on Morrisey's knee joint. We're going to take a look at the anatomy screen, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like on the skeletal model of Josh Morrisey's left knee. So we'll take a look at the skeleton here. If we can picture this skeleton being Josh Morrisey sliding on his left side, sliding into the net, we're going to maneuver the lower limb here, and we're going to zoom in on the knee. So we're just going to orient ourselves here. The top bone here, that is the thigh, that is the femur. We have the patella in the front, and then the long shin bone of the tibia and the slender fibula right beside it. So if we envision this left knee being that of Josh Morrisey, the goalpost was right in front of his kneecap, and his left foot continuing forward in this direction, but the goalpost itself acting like a fulcrum pushed back against his left knee, causing the hyperextension, which is going to cause a lot of compression in the front. He may have a slight bone bruise on the upper front or the superior anterior part of his tibia. Right in the front here. It's going to place stress on his ACL. It's going to put stress on his PCL, his posterior cruciate ligament, and it's going to tension the back of his left knee. Morrisey was able to leave the ice under his own weight, which is, of course, again, another positive sign. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate your time. Have a great night.